A veterinary technician is a legal credential. A veterinary assistant is everyone else on the clinic floor. That credential decides three things: what you can call yourself, what you are legally allowed to do, and who answers to the state board when something goes wrong. Here's the part almost nobody explains. All three of those things change at the state line. So the honest answer is not one answer. It is 50 of them. In the next few minutes, you will get the real legal picture. Who decides, what the credential requires, which tasks are off limits, why clinics blur the titles, and what each one pays. Your state decides. Every state has a Veterinary Practice Act and a state board of veterinary medicine. That board issues the credential and writes the rules. There is no national vet tech license. None. According to the American Association of Veterinary State Boards, 42 states regulate the credential. 8 states do not regulate it at all. Even the word changes. In 18 states, you are a registered veterinary technician. In 16 states, you are licensed. In 8 states, you are certified. Same training, same national exam, a different noun because a different legislature picked it. In the regulated states, the path is consistent. You graduate from a veterinary technology program accredited by the American Veterinary Medical Association. You pass the Veterinary Technician National Exam, the VTNE. Then you meet whatever your own state adds on top. The AAVSB writes that national exam. It does not license anyone. Enforcement belongs to your state board and nowhere else. In some states, yes, and very specifically. In most states, no. California is the clearest example. State regulation reserves inducing anesthesia, dental extractions, and suturing to a registered veterinary technician under direct supervision. Unregistered assistants there are barred from all of it. Georgia writes its rules the other way around. A veterinary assistant there may not induce anesthesia, may not perform a non-emergency intubation, or place an arterial catheter. That is real and enforceable. But here is the surprising part. NAVTA, the National Association for Veterinary Technicians, reviewed every state plus 3 other jurisdictions and published the results in March 2026. In 31 of those 53 jurisdictions, no legal language restricts any task to a credentialed technician. For veterinary assistants, the picture is thinner still. 14 jurisdictions itemize what an assistant may do. 10 give a general description. 29 define nothing at all. So duties matter enormously in a minority of states because the title is the least enforced part of the whole system. NAVTA reviewed all 50 practice acts and found only 5 states specify any penalty for misusing the title. In most of the country, calling an uncredentialed employee a vet tech carries no consequence anyone acts on. So that is the real answer. Clinics all over the country call their staff vet techs when those people are legally veterinary assistants. It happens because almost nothing stops it. It gets stranger. In that same review, 40% of veterinary professionals were wrong about their own state's rules. Meanwhile, the law is often clear. Missouri's Practice Act defines an unregistered assistant as any individual who is not a registered veterinary technician or a licensed veterinarian. That is the legal name for the job. Vet tech is the name on the schedule. And in a 2024 NAVTA survey, 48% said they see little difference in the work itself. Credentialed or not, the tasks look the same. If a clinic asks you to do something your state reserves for a credentialed technician, it stops being a job title question. It becomes the unlicensed practice of veterinary medicine, and you are the one holding the syringe. In Missouri, violating the Veterinary Practice Act is a Class A misdemeanor, and the statute counts a separate offense for every animal treated. In California, unlicensed practice carries a fine of between $500 and $2,000, or up to a year in county jail. Now, the part that actually protects you, the state board also disciplines the veterinarian who delegated the task. Missouri's board can act against a veterinarian for delegating work to a person not qualified by registration or licensure. A good employer knows exactly where that line sits because their license is on it. A careless one hands you a task and lets you find out. Ask where the line is. On day 1, credentialed technicians make more by about $9,000 a year at the median. The Bureau of Labor Statistics puts the median wage for veterinary technologists and technicians at $47,380 as of May 2025. For veterinary assistants and laboratory animal caretakers, the median is $38,150, but a median is not a starting wage. This is where the comparison gets honest. The bottom 10% of credentialed technicians earn $35,710. That is less than the top quarter of veterinary assistants, who sit at $45,710. So the credential raises the ceiling more reliably than the floor. It also costs something. A 2-year degree takes 2 years. The Bureau projects both roles growing 9% between 2024 and 2034, much faster than average on both sides. So which one is right for you? If you want the widest legal scope and a credential that follows you across the country, become a credentialed technician. Expect an accredited 2-year program and a national exam. If you want into clinical work quickly, veterinary assisting is a real career and a real starting point, especially if you would rather learn on the floor than in a lecture hall. Just know which one you are, and never let anyone else blur it for you. This video comes from the Academy of Pet Careers. We are a national pet career school in St. Charles, Missouri, training people for animal careers since 1993. We award certifications, not degrees. Here's why that matters here. Our veterinary assistant program is taught in person by a registered veterinary technician. That is someone who holds the exact credential this video has been about, and who knows where the legal line sits. You learn the scope from someone who lives inside it. Students come to us from all over the country, and we offer housing options near campus for people who relocate. It is built for people who want to be doing clinical work in months rather than years. Click the link in the description to learn more.